Say that again, you.
You're a turkey pot pie.
Your mom's a turkey pot pie. I apologize for the harsh lighting, but it is dark outside because it's been snowing for like 3 days in a row. Come on. It's March. Come on. Anyway, welcome back to another video with me. I'm Christine, and this is Swimmer Turned Triathlete. Today, I am making turkey pot pie, and the key to a perfect turkey pot pie is the crust. In fact, the key to any pie is the perfect crust. And you guys, you cannot buy it from the store. You have to make it from home. You have to. I too was intimidated. Many years ago, pie crust and me were nemesis. I couldn't get it to taste good, or it was a pain to work with, and it just drove me crazy until I found this recipe, which I'm going to share with you today. Now, some pie crusts use butter, which is delicious and makes a very yummy pie crust, but it's so finicky to work with because it has to stay cold and it's hard to roll out and it cracks. Now, shortening makes a really easy to work with pie crust because it's room temperature. It doesn't have to stay cold. It rolls out really nicely, but it doesn't taste that good. So the solution is butter flavored shortening. This stuff is always in my pantry. In fact, I might need to buy a new one because I'm looking a little low. We're going to start with 3/4 of a cup of butter flavored shortening. This stuff also makes very delicious homemade biscuits. Next up, we will add 2 cups of all-purpose flour and 1 teaspoon of salt. Okay, that's the base of our pie crust. So we're gonna get a pastry blender, which is this guy. I like these instead of like the wire ones, you know what I'm talking about? I feel like it's stronger. And you're just gonna mush it all together until it looks crumbly. I'm done mixing and it looks something like that. Nice and crumbly. We're gonna add 2 more things before it's actually a pie crust. We're gonna start with 1 teaspoon, 1 tisp. I wonder what a tisp is. Can any of you name that movie? If you have young daughters, you should be able to. 1 teaspoon of white vinegar. And what vinegar is gonna do is make it like tender and flaky. And then, this one's approximate. Get a tablespoon and ice water, which is what I have right here. Here's the ice. And we're gonna start with 5 tablespoons of water because I live in a dry area. 1. The reason it depends is because flour is finicky. Sometimes it's really dry in the air and you need to add more water. Maybe you live in a place that's more humid and so you need to add less water. It's really about what it looks like and what it feels like. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking I'm gonna add another like 2 tablespoons of water. It's a little dry for me. So if you're keeping track, I'm now at 7 tablespoons of water. That looks pretty good. Okay, I gotta go in with my hands now. If I mush it together, you can see how it like sticks together. So I wanna kind of put it together into 1 big ball, and then I'm gonna split it into 2 halves. So it's gonna be the bottom and then the top of my pie. Or if you make a pumpkin pie, it'll just be 2 bottoms of a pumpkin pie. There we go. That looks perfect. 7 tablespoons, that was the number. Today. Some days it might be more, some days it might be less. You want them to be semi-even. If one's bigger, try and make the bigger half the bottom crust. Okay. Boom. Now, time to roll that puppy out. Flour my clean counter, my rolling pin. This is the rolling pin I have. I got it at Bed Bath & Beyond when I got married, so it's about 13 years old. I much prefer this kind than to the kind with the roll, you know, the things spin. This just feels more natural to me. So just want to roll it a few times, flip it over, make sure there's lots of flour because we don't want it to stick. Okay, keep on rolling until it's really thin. And then you're gonna use your pie pan as kind of your measuring. Ooh, let's see, it's stuck a little bit right there, so I'm just gonna lift it and throw some more flour under there. No big deal, it's good. Now I have a really big pie pan. This is like extra deep dish. You probably can't tell in the video, but my mom got me this so I could make like deep dish apple pie. And so you can kind of see it'll sit in there. So what I'm gonna do is roll it on my rolling pin like this. And then I can roll it into my pie pan and not rip it or break it. And then now, oh, I'm all dirty. I can kind of settle it in and get it ready for my filling of choice, which I told you today is turkey pot pie. I have my filling already. I always like to cook my pies on a sheet pan, cookie sheet pan, just in case there's any leakage. And I'm gonna do the exact same thing for the top crust. I'm gonna add more flour, get my other ball here, and roll it out. It's time to put the top on my pie. Oh, doesn't that look delicious? Boom. Now if you've got any leftovers, you can kind of break off the extra. I don't have a ton of leftover this time. I'm telling you, this pie pan is very large. I only have a lot of extra when I do the smaller ones. I have a lot of pie pans. I have like 10. Just call me the pie lady. Now to make it look pretty, we're gonna roll the edges under, okay, to make like a border crust. Like that. No way around getting your hands messy when you do homemade pie crust. Just accept it and move on. I really should be wearing an apron, actually. Maybe I should have She's in her apron send me some of her spare aprons. Girls got a lot of aprons, you know what I'm saying? And then there's a couple different ways to make the edges look pretty. You could take a fork around the rim of it if you want. I like to do the 2-finger thumb squish. That's what my mom taught me. So I just squish it around like that and I go around the whole pie. It helps if you have short nails. Look-see at the edges. I mean, it's not perfect, but it'll do. And then we need to cut a little slit on the top so the steam can come out. Just poke some holes in it like that. And into the oven it goes. Pie's out of the oven. Let's take a look. Everybody at the same time. Ooh. Ah. Look how beautiful it is. It's like nice and crispy. Look at those flakes. Oh yeah.
That smells good.
I know, right?
It's delicious. If you want to see more videos, click here. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that red subscribe button. We'll see you in the next video.